How's the coffee today? I haven't had any yet.
It's good.
Delicious. Well, I've got some lead, laugh, love questions to get you warmed up this gorgeous Tuesday morning.
Okay, they better be good because I'm not a morning person.
Yeah, so if anyone's listening to this, if this makes it out into the world, it is...
It won't.
Okay, well, in case it does, for posterity, it is...
But it won't.
6:45 in the morning. Similar to last week, Sundays sort of got away from us.
6:45, we're fully ready to go, meaning we woke up in the 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, my alarm went off at 5 sharp because we have to go to work right after this. All right, so let's warm it up because it's not only early in the day, but it's kind of cold in this basement and our brains are activating.
Yeah, and we have work.
And we have work to get to. So,
Great.
So I put together a few lead, laugh, love questions based on last time. So I'm going to kick us off today. I don't know if you have some for me, but okay. Lead question. What's one thing you always make time for as a leader?
Man, we're starting so early. One thing I always make time for as a leader is my people. I probably irritate a lot of organizations, or I don't know. I don't know if the organization really knows what Tim Corrigan is doing on a daily basis, but I'm probably irritating someone in the business because I don't prioritize the work as much as I prioritize my people. And it's just like it is like a hard stop.
Yeah, but I think maybe in your eyes, your people are the work.
They are, but it's not often seen that way.
Right.
So it's like, I think sometimes my boss might just be like, "What are you doing all day?" And it's just like managing my team.
Taking care of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like supporting them,
Right.
listening to them, responding to them, making sure they have what they need.
Yeah. I think that's great. So, all right. I could ask you a million more questions about that, but laugh.
It actually kind of segues into what we're going to talk about today. But
yeah, that's a good preview. Should we just kill all my questions? Okay, we'll come back to it. Okay, so laugh. What is a game show that you feel like you would absolutely crush it on?
Well, there's a lot of game shows I watch, and I think I would crush it on.
Yeah, you love game shows.
I do love game shows, but very similar to like sports. It just maybe looks easier from our vantage point.
Sure.
I don't know how much I would crush it on, but I want, like, the game show that I'm most wanting to like test myself against is Family Feud.
Oh, I was wondering if you were going to say that. I don't watch Family Feud. I won't stop on it if I'm flipping through, but when you do, I do get into it. But I find it a very frustrating show to watch because some of these people, I'm like, what?
Yeah, but it's just like,
it feels like common sense would go a long way,
but you're under the lights, you have an audience,
Sure.
You have Steve Harvey asking you questions, like
and you're there with your family.
With family. Like, there's just a lot of factors that you don't feel sitting at home
Sure.
watching.
Yeah.
So, but I would also be terrified to go on it because of the embarrassment.
Yeah, like if you just have brain freeze, even though it's like a category you should crush.
And then it's like, oh, all those people I made fun of.
Right, now you're one of them.
I'm this me.
Yeah, now you're a meme.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's a good answer. I hope we get to go on it someday.
I don't.
Okay. Okay, a love question. I've got a couple here. I'm trying to choose between.
Well, this is good because it's Valentine's week.
It is Valentine's week. So I do have a 2-part question, if that's okay.
I guess.
Very Valentine's themed.
It's your show.
It's our show. All right, first question is just yes or no. Will you be my Valentine?
Let's see how the episode goes.
Okay, fair.
Yes, of course.
Okay, great. What is your ideal Valentine's Day, like, date, activity, way to celebrate? Like, we're not anti Valentine's Day, but we're not like over the top Valentine's Day people. But we love gifts and celebrating and all of that. So what's your ideal? I might take some notes because I still need to get you a little gift.
Yeah, boy, because we don't traditionally celebrate celebrate Valentine's Day. Like we'll do something little
Right.
just to acknowledge that it is a holiday of love. But my ideal Valentine's would be, I think, just that, just something, nothing over the top. Like, no, I'm not trying to make crazy dinner reservations,
Oh no.
fighting crowds to like.
I don't need like a prefix menu. That isn't something I want.
Yeah. So I think just being at home with the kids and doing like a little presents and notes of love would be good. Maybe eating something nice. I don't know, but avoiding the crowds at the same time.
Right.
But I'm always I have one Valentine's Day memory that sticks out in my head.
Is it with me?
It
Okay, great.
actually
Story time.
it is with you. I don't remember the year, but it was very early on in our relationship. And I had these plans to take us out to the West Side Market, buy a bunch of food, cook for you at home, and just make a whole day out of it, right? And there was a crazy snowstorm.
Such a bad snowstorm.
So we live far away from Cleveland, 30-minute drive. We attempted to drive. It was pretty ridiculous. And I had the thought that we should instead go to Mr. Hero. To which you responded, I've never been to Mr. Hero.
I've never been to Mr. Hero at that point.
What a treat. What a treat for me to provide such a meal that you've never experienced.
On Valentine's Day,
on
no
Valentine's
less.
Day. Yeah.
In the middle of a snowstorm.
Yeah.
I remember it very clearly.
Which is, I don't know how there's no way to top that.
Yeah, it was. And for anyone listening who doesn't know, I love a burger and fries. And Mr. Hero is a Northeast Ohio staple institution of fast food burger and fries. Roman burger.
Good food fast.
Okay, well, in my mind, they are an institution now that I've been exposed to it.
There's no drive-through.
There's no drive. Well, yeah, it's classy. You got to go in.
You got to go in.
You can't just stay in your car.
That's right.
You got to make an effort.
Mm-hmm.
And they do.
And you got to wait. It's made to order.
Yeah, it's made to order. So it's always so good. And I feel like the cherry on top, almost like you planned it, was like, and make sure you order a side of cheese for your fries. And I love cheese fries. So it was one of my favorite Valentine's Days ever. We could repeat it anytime. Okay, great. Those are my questions. Thanks for agreeing to be my Valentine. Not even 7:00 in the morning, and I'm ready for a burger.
Always ready.
Stay ready.
Okay, so my turn. I did not write these down.
Great. Yeah, I have a note on my phone. I'm trying to keep ideas.
I definitely like to fly by the seat of my pants.
Yeah.
It either works out really well for me or it fails miserably. I don't like to live in the middle. I'm on one side or the other.
He's a man of extremes.
All right. Lead. The last time I asked you what is some advice you would give to a new leader, this time I'm going to ask you for an example of a way that you may have led in the last, I don't know, near past.
Near past, like day, week,
yeah,
year.
Whatever. Is there an example that stands out to you where you're just like, nailed that one?
Well, I don't often feel like I nail things because I'm pretty tough on myself, but if I can be, step outside myself. Sure. Yeah. On my team, we had some organizational changes. And so anytime there's change at work, people respond differently to that, feel differently about it. all that to say, my go-to is just like, let's talk about it. Let's get things out there. Let's make a safe space. Someone said this to me years ago, not in a work context, but it's only weird if you make it weird, is like a phrase I think about a lot of like, you just have to be willing to talk about things or be willing to potentially put people in an uncomfortable position just to give them the option to have a conversation or experience something. So I usually, whenever there is change amongst my teams, which has been aplenty over the years, I'm just like immediately like, let's talk about it, or let's give people the space to talk about it if that would make them feel better. So I think I did a pretty good job through that. And just building trust and open space when change comes. So, yeah.
You made me think of something. Do you have like a favorite phrase?
I have so many.
A favorite one? Like one that you go to.
Like at work?
Just
in life?
In leadership.
In leadership.
Like you said it's only weird if you make it weird.
Yeah.
Like that's a good one. Is there another phrase that you lean on in situations where it's like,
yes,
it calls for leadership, right?
This is another one. Again, I didn't make this phrase up, but it applies to what I do in my team. If you see something, say something. We just went through something recently where someone called attention to like, I don't know if this is a problem, but I'm digging into it. And we talked about it recently in my team meeting of like, yes, that's the kind of mindset I want people to have of like, if you see something that could be wrong, whether it's something you did or someone else could have done, we just need to say it very quickly so we all know that something is being investigated to see like, is there something broken? So if you see something, say something.
I like that.
Is a big one for me at work, and one that I was literally just talking about it yesterday.
I like that. I have two. Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Okay. I like that.
And my favorite is be the change you hope to see.
Yeah, you love that one.
I do.
And it's great. I mean, I see why.
Yeah.
It's just a good lesson in pretty much every situation.
Well, so often like we want to see change, but we don't do anything about it.
Right.
Right. And it's just like, well, it starts with you.
Yeah.
Number one.
Love that.
So, all right. Lead, laugh. What is something I said to you recently that was really funny? I'm just kidding. But seriously.
Good. I keep a note on my phone of all the funny things you say.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Have you, is there a, like a go-to joke that you have? I don't know. You want to lighten the mood. You're with friends. You're feeling particularly funny. Is there a story that you tell, a joke that you tell that you just like, this is going to make people laugh?
I don't think I'm an unfunny person, but I don't think
you talk all the time about how funny you are.
I want to be a funny person, but it is really hard to compete in a space with you and with our teenager who is like now mimicking some of your humor. Like I can't keep up with you guys sometimes.
Oh, I disagree.
Okay. Well, if I am being funny, it's generally not on purpose. And when I'm trying to be funny on purpose, you guys are just like, okay.
You bring girl humor.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's landing because I'm the only girl here.
Yeah, but it lands.
One of my favorite sayings that I do try to lighten the mood with that I don't really
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah. I don't really use this on you, but my friend Lauren and we were on a road trip to see Taylor Swift in concert.
What?
Yeah.
You like her?
She's all right. Yeah. We kind of pulled this last minute road trip to go see her in Canada before the tour ended. And so obviously you're in full girl mode humor. But anyways, we were just having a conversation and I don't remember who said it, if it was her or me, but we were probably telling some story about a boy doing something dumb.
That makes sense.
There's a lot of them.
That's why guy humor is funny because it's dumb.
Yeah, dumb.
We're dumb. Yeah, dumb.
But one of us was like, why are men, I think it was Lauren. She's like, why are men And then she like
Wireman.
she like was trying to think of what she was gonna say next, and I was just like, yes. So like now we'll often quote just
Wireman.
wiremen.
Yeah. I
And
like that.
it applies in a
Mm.
lot of situations
Yeah.
in the world. So
We have the same wire
yeah,
girls.
you guys don't say that.
We do now.
You can't steal it.
Well,
All right. Anyways, wiremen.
yeah. Okay. Because we are.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Can't live without us, though. Can't live without me.
I like having you around.
All right. Great. Into my
You
love
love.
question.
I'm trying to be funny.
It was good. It probably landed.
Yeah, someone's giggling.
Someone.
Lauren's out there.
She might be. All right. Lead, laugh, love. Love. What is something that you would love to do this weekend?
This weekend, I would love. I've got two things. I'd love to have some quality time with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
The boys are here this weekend, which is great, but we still have to be intentional about quality time with them because they're so independent. So getting them to do something with me, and you. Thought about maybe going to paint pottery. That's something we talked about maybe doing. The other thing I really want to do this weekend is clean the kitchen cabinets. I would love to cross that one off the list.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a Valentine's Day gift for me, acts of service are always a great gift on Valentine's Day.
All right.
Help me clean the cabinets.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Simple girl.
Yeah. Just a girl who wants clean kitchen cabinets.
All right. Maybe we start with coffee.
Yeah. Coffee would be great.
All right. So what's today's topic?
I think we have Valentine's Day coming up, as we've discussed.
Okay.
And we were thinking, like, what are we going to talk about this week? So I was kind of thinking we'd talk a little bit about relationship building. I know you touched on it during our questions, huge part of how you show up as a leader. I also feel very passionate about relationship building and how that makes me a better leader, a better person in general. I put a lot of thought into relationships and building them.
Yeah. And I'll take it a step further. It just makes you a better team.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in an environment where you're having to rely on other people or work with other people, putting some meaning behind those relationships really helps facilitate conversation, problem solving, things like that.
Yeah. And you and I have both been in new roles for a little bit now, but we've changed organizations, both of us, over the past couple of years.
This one was particularly challenging for me.
Yeah. Say a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So currently managing a web development team, and development is nothing I had ever done. The platform that we use is not one that I have ever heard of prior to hearing about this job.
And you were like, sign me up for that.
Yeah. Well, I was, the previous company was just, the culture just wasn't great. And, I've been there for 20 years and it just, just wasn't inspired, and, I needed a change. And I took this leap. The individual that recruited me to this role really was someone who reported to me in a prior position, and really believed that I was the right person to lead this team.
So that relationship is what led you to this.
Boom, full circle.
Boom. Yeah. Episode done.
Yeah. Sweet. I can go back to sleep. Yeah. So it was scary. And I wasn't really sure how this was going to work. if I was going to be an effective leader for this team, if I was going to be accepted by this team. But one early indication that kind of let me know that I think everything was going to be okay is when I went through the interview process. It was really interesting. They had me interview with the team, which I've never done before, and I
love that.
thought it was weird.
So you're interviewing with people that would soon be potentially your team.
Yeah, they're reporting to me. It was interesting dynamic. Usually, when you're going through an interview process, it's either a peer or somebody that's your superior. It was a different take, and I wasn't really sure how to prepare for the interview.
Yeah.
But it was very transparent, and it came down to me and I don't know, another candidate or two. I don't remember exactly, and I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to even know about it. But what I do know is that the team had a vote, and they voted unanimously to bring me on.
You won Survivor.
I won. Yeah, I got all the votes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's just it's definitely been a challenging year to go to. I was worked for a company for 20 years.
Yeah.
And
you already had so many relationships established.
So many relationships. I knew like how things ran there, and so stepping into a whole new environment, new. The industry is different. So stepping into a whole new industry and then having to lead this team that I have no idea what they're doing all day, right? Just kind of like, okay, where am I going to add value?
What'd you say you do here, guys?
Yeah. So.
That's awesome. Yeah. So then you're just completely starting at square one from a relationship perspective, except for obviously the person that sort of recruited you to come over there and interview. You had at least that relationship established.
Yeah. And, it also not only did the company make the decision to hire me, and the team voted to hire me, but the value that I bring and the value that I sold myself on during the interview process was the relationship building, the management skills, the leadership skills, and so I have to, in the grind of the day to day and getting pulled in multiple different directions. My anchor is why am I here? Right? Where am I needed most? And it's always the people. It's always my team, and not just my team, but it is like the people around our team as well. I think you have to have effective collaboration in and around your team to be an effective team. And so it's not just building relationships with the team, but those around you as well, or anyone you interact with, because you just don't know like when that relationship is going to come back, right? Yeah. You might meet somebody for 5 minutes in a meeting, randomly introducing yourselves, and then 6 months later they're the lead on a project that your team has a big stake in or something. And so it's nice to have had that time to make an impact early.
Yeah. That's why, so I just started a new job more recently than you, I don't know, 7 months ago now or so. And my first week at that job was going to our all company meeting in person, which only happens once a year. So it was both a overwhelming opportunity of like, oh my gosh, I have to go meet 400 or 500 people in person on week one, day one. But I did get to meet a lot of people that week, maybe just talk to you for 5 minutes casually about whatever, that have come back around to be people I need to partner with or run into in other conversations. And just felt really lucky to start my career with this organization in that way.
Yeah.
I like being at home, as we've talked about in past episodes. I don't want to be going into an office, but to see people in person right off the bat was very unique experience for that situation.
Yeah, that's cool. And you have a bunch of stories from that experience too.
Yeah.
Whether you were a part of those stories or you observed
Yeah.
people's behaviors or situations that they were in. It's a nice little icebreaker for when
Yeah.
you are now in like a legitimate formal work setting.
Right. And my favorite thing was, offsites like that are jam packed full of activities. But one night specifically was kind of like choose your own adventure. And I had reached out to my team ahead of time. I had gotten their contact information and just said, like, if anyone's interested, we could do just a small team dinner on that free night. And everyone was super open to that. And it was, at the time, it was just me and three others. My team's a little bit bigger than that now, but we just sat and had like a long, very quiet, casual dinner just to establish our relationship with each other and get to know each other. And I was on like day 3, so I had no work topics to discuss. It was really just about like getting to know them as people and, what their experience had been so far, because a couple of them were quite new as well. So to get to kick off a team relationship building in that way was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think one of the more sensitive topics in corporate America right now is remote work,
Yeah.
right? And being in person, how effective can you be working remotely, and so it just kind of seems like remote work is a bit under fire right now, and I'm obviously I work from home, so I'm a big proponent of working from home, but I also worked in the office for a really long time, and I was very resistant to working from home when it was like initially announced that that's the direction we were headed. And and I think one of the reasons that remote work takes a hit is because um, I think people struggle with building relationships when you're not in person. And I understand that. Like I totally
Yeah.
get that. Like it's so much easier to make small talk, water cooler talk, so to speak. You're passing somebody, you run into somebody in the cafeteria, whatever the situation calls for. It's definitely easier in person. Um, I agree with that, but if you're somebody who likes working from home, you would like to continue the culture of working from home, and corporations being open to people working from home, um, you need to be more intentional in how you're building your relationships.
Yeah.
It can happen. I'm doing it. My team is extremely effective at it. It's not easy, but it's not difficult either. You're just taking those skills that you have when you're interacting with people in face to face and applying that to just sitting in front of a camera. And like you had said earlier, like it's only weird if you make it weird. So just don't make
Yeah.
it weird.
Or just be okay for it feeling a little weird until it's not weird.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll turn my camera off because I need to get up and walk around.
Yeah.
And I don't want people staring at an empty chair, but
I need to get on that train because I hear you walking around your office, pacing, or just kind of walking around the lower level of the house to do something. And I still hear you engaging at a meeting. I don't do that because I don't use AirPods or headphones.
yeah.
So maybe I need to give myself that option sometimes.
Yeah. Sitting is the new smoking,
Okay.
I've been
Well,
told.
I'm smoking a couple packs a day because
It's pretty scary, the amount of data that's coming out about
I know
sitting for long periods and what it does to your body.
it's not good. I'm
No.
like shrimped over my desk
It's not
all
good.
day.
Right.
I've had a walking pad in my office before. I should bring that back. A few people on my team now have walking pads and they're always walking in meetings. And I'm like, dang it. I'm so happy for you and jealous.
We need less snow.
Well, yeah.
Is what we need.
Yeah. Weekly weather check. It's still miserable here.
It is. Okay. So back to building meaningful relationships.
What are like, I think about all the relationships I built at work and in my personal life. Like all of those, like those, the best and deepest relationships, work or personally, are usually built off of a couple of things in my mind. The small moments more than the big moments. And then going through things together and getting on the other side of it. Like, certainly in our marriage, that's been what's helped us get to where we are today. We go through both difficult and positive things together and have to figure out how to get through it together. You know, raising kids is, you know, every day you're getting through things together, or having a house, you're getting through things together. We had to buy a new garage door yesterday. Okay, great. Got through that together. But at work, you know, I think about all the little moments, and usually it's through like a difficult situation or solving a difficult problem and getting to the other side of that. Like you have a tough day where you and your team have to like really dig in and get into the trenches on something that's potentially high stress, high stakes. And then you get through that. Like, I think that's such a deep bond that you build. And I think that's why I, and I think many people have really deep, what feels like real friendships with coworkers when you do work with them over an extended period of time through intense situations. And I've seen you and your team, you know, just on the outside observing that, like you said, you manage a team of web developers. Websites are notoriously high stakes situations for a lot of businesses. And I've seen you guys, you know, obviously, like if there's issues with the website,
Never.
never. You guys are doing a lot of bonding, as most teams that have to handle websites do have to do, because it's such a public, your product is so public.
Yeah.
And so many people have an opinion about it, or when something goes sideways, even when it's completely outside of your control, you know, your team is the one that has to like dig in all hours of the day and night and weekends. And, you know, that's always unfortunate to see. But having been on teams that have to go through situations like that, like I know on the other side of it is like a deeper relationship and trust with each other once you get through the immediate kind of shitstorm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't, like I can't say this strongly enough, but, like those moments happen,
Yeah.
right? Like we don't want them to happen. We work really hard to prevent them from happening. I'm sure that there are, you know, this is just, you know, my world, but like in everyone's world, there's catastrophic things that can happen at work that you don't want to see happen, or that you try to guard against, build processes to avoid. But something is going to happen, right?
Always.
And that is, to me, like one of the main drivers in building meaningful relationships, because it's in those moments that you need to rely on each other, that that your relationship is going to be tested, because because you said it's high stakes, it's high emotion, people are tense, you know, we're trying to like for us, you know, it's the company website, it's our customers are not able to get to our product, or you know, we're losing money because the website is down. And so you have all of these people in the organization coming at you because, hey, did you know the website's down? Hey, did you know this? Hey, did you know that? Hey, why? Hey, what are you doing? You know, it's
Right.
just like,
Right.
we are working on it.
Well, and like that's why having such a strong team culture and relationships with each other in those moments, you guys get to kind of virtually lock arms to be like,
Yeah.
Don't worry about all the questions. Don't worry about everyone who's suddenly so interested in what we're doing. We trust each other.
Yeah.
We've got this. Like let's group together. Right.
Right. And so if we can have our circle of trust, and we know what each other's role is when
Mhm.
this stuff happens, and we can rely on each other to get through it, we're going to be successful.
Right.
Um, and and one of the main things that we preach is that it is okay to fail, right? It is okay to make mistakes. Uh, we need to learn from those. We need to dissect them and make sure that we understand what the lessons learned are moving forward. But I need my people in those situations to feel safe and not be worrying about, oh my gosh, what happened? How did this happen? Because
Right.
that stuff doesn't matter. What matters is getting it resolved as quickly as possible.
Right. And then we can do a retro and reflect on how did this happen? What do we need to put in place to prevent this or similar things from happening? What did we learn from this? Like I was just talking to my team about this week of like if something does go wrong because of something we did or didn't do, the person that did or did not push that button is not responsible. Our team
Correct.
is responsible for that. And
That's right.
I am responsible for making sure that they have a space in which they can operate to continue to experiment and do things and potentially fail, but then like and also ensure that they and the team learns from whatever went sideways so that we can do better going forward.
Yeah.
And that's why trust and relationships matter so much
Trust,
because
psychological
I
safety.
need them to believe me when I tell them I own this with you. Like I need them to truly believe that. Otherwise, they don't have psychological safety.
Yeah.
So, it's so important.
Yeah. Building meaningful relationships does to me does not necessarily mean you're becoming best friends with each
No.
other. It is establishing a trust and respect for one another that provides meaning in whatever situation that you're in,
Yeah.
whether that's playing a sport together or working together or hanging out together,
Yeah.
trying to escape a room together.
I do love an escape room.
Whatever that might be. Like
Yeah.
everybody has a role, and um, it's interesting. I'm listening to Simon Sinek's current podcast, and I can't remember his guest's name at the moment, but she wrote. She's the author of the book Grit,
Okay.
and they're talking about team building and how he recently or in his past life would um, uh, take high performers, average performers, and low performers and kind of evenly distribute them and put them on their own teams to go do a thing. And he said that I don't know, whatever university recommended like against that, and how you should put the high performers together on their own team,
Okay.
and then your average and your low performers kind of mix them up. And the high performers, while to the audience of all the other members, on the other teams, were just like, are you kidding me? Like, what's going on here? Like, why are you? We're gonna get killed. Like these guys are gonna, produce so much more than us and whatever. But high performers are driven by their own success, their own rewards, the merits. And so you have a bunch of individuals that are high performing, they're used to being individually recognized for their work,
Okay.
not knowing how to work together as a team. They don't know each other's roles. They don't know how to let go of information to let the other person
Right.
take it. And that dynamic is just so interesting to me that the concept of a team is very difficult for in his scenario, high performers to understand how to operate in.
Interesting.
And it's because as a society and work environments, we continue to reward individual performance, and so you create this mindset of like, I need to hold on to this onto this responsibility, onto this task, onto this information.
Yeah.
And we don't put enough emphasis on how to work together, rewarding the team versus individuals, what each person's role is. It was just a very interesting conversation. I'm only, 10 minutes into the episode because the drives now that I have.
You don't have enough drive time.
I don't have enough drive time.
I was just talking to someone at work about that recently. Like once you stop driving to a certain place, or, your kid is no longer in season for X sport, like all of a sudden your drive time goes down, and that means my podcast listening time goes down.
Yeah. And once the kid is in the car, they don't want to listen to that stuff.
I know. Every once in a while, I'll try to get a podcast in, and the kids are troopers about it, but you can tell they're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I'm also listening to like Taylor Watch.
Yeah, I definitely switch that.
What?
Yeah.
It's a great podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's so interesting. I do not see myself as like do I think I'm a high performer? I hope so. Like, I work really hard.
Yeah, I don't think I am at all.
Okay.
And listening to his podcast, I definitely identify with the average performer.
Okay. Love to talk more about that.
That doesn't mean, well, and to provide more context, that doesn't mean that you're,
not performing
or not good. It's I don't think I excel at any one thing, but I do know, I do recognize what other people are really good at. I do recognize and understand how people think and work and act. Yeah. And I know each person on my team. I know the dynamics. I know who they are as individuals. I know how they are in small groups. I know how they are in large groups. And I can move pieces all day long to create harmonious situations where we're able to perform in the best way possible. But it is because I don't think I can do any one good thing. I am putting my people in positions so that they can do the really great things.
Okay, great. You just made my point for me, because what I was going to say is I don't think I hoard knowledge or information. Where I think I have learned to excel in my skills is developing others to do their best work and moving obstacles out of their way, helping them prioritize, helping them double down on what they have surfaced. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly the kind of insight I want to see from you. And that's exactly how I think you should be prioritizing based on everything that I see. So like if someone's like, what's your superpower? And mine, I would say something around, finding and developing and fostering high performing talent. And that's exactly what I see you doing all day. At least, what I hear across the hall. It's what you literally just said. So I also think like high performers doesn't have to be a technical skill set or a hard skill. Like, I'm not even going to call it a soft skill because that's just a skill. You really excel, I think, at that. So I think maybe you should consider yourself a high performer when it comes to fostering people and their skills.
Yeah.
Give it a think.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Okay, great.
But that's why, I do get slightly irritated when there's too much oversight from, various HR departments or, whatever, when it comes to like hiring and building teams. It's like, I know what I need to make this engine run.
Right.
Please.
You're like, this is my specialty.
Yeah, please just let me have it. And so when we get into all of the different red tape when it comes to acquiring talent, it's pretty frustrating.
Yeah. And it's probably like the same frustration a person with a highly technical skill set experiences if someone would come in and be like,
yeah,
no, use this tool or this language
sure.
in this way. So I think that's pretty normal. You're just experiencing it in a different area of your day to day.
Yeah.
Because there could be people who are not as strong on that side as you are, who really love and depend on that support system that's provided from acquiring and developing talent perspective. So
yeah,
it's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, relationships are everything. Well, on that note, we have to go foster some work relationships. And
I'm exhausted. I already worked. I'm done for the day.
It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning.
Need another pot of coffee here.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-pot kind of day. Well, I appreciate you giving this morning a go. I did enjoy the conversation, and I'm very excited for Valentine's Day this weekend.
Me too.
Yay.
Can't wait to clean some cabinets.
And eat some Roman burgers, I hope. That's a deadly combination. Cabinets and burgers. Let's get it. All right, well, I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
All right, bye.
Bye.